Walk into almost any American grocery store, and one thing immediately stands out: most of the eggs are bright white. But visit many supermarkets across Europe or other parts of the world, and brown eggs suddenly become the norm. So what happened? Are American eggs genetically different, or has the food industry been hiding something in plain sight? The real answer isn't what most people expect, and it completely changes the way you'll look at eggs forever. For years, many people believed white eggs were processed, while brown eggs were more natural. Others believed brown eggs were healthier simply because they looked more organic. But those assumptions created one of the biggest food myths in modern supermarkets. The strange part is that America wasn't always known for white eggs. Long before modern supermarkets existed, farmers raised many different chicken breeds. So why did one color slowly take over an entire country while another became popular elsewhere? To solve this mystery, we need to look beyond the egg itself. The answer begins with the chickens, the farmers who raised them, and the surprising decisions that quietly shaped what millions of Americans see every time they open a carton of eggs. The biggest surprise is this: the shell color isn't decided inside the egg, it's decided by the chicken that lays it. Different chicken breeds naturally lay different colored eggs. In other words, the mystery starts long before the egg reaches the supermarket. As commercial egg farming expanded in the United States, many farms chose chicken breeds that produced white eggs efficiently. Those hens adapted well to large-scale farming, and over time, white eggs became the familiar choice for millions of American families. In many other countries, farmers continued raising breeds that naturally laid brown eggs. Over generations, shoppers became familiar with what they saw most often. The result was simple: different farming traditions created different expectations. As brown eggs became less common in many American stores, people started assuming they were healthier or more natural. But the truth is, shell color alone says very little about what's inside. Sometimes our eyes convince us long before science does. If white eggs and brown eggs look so different, they must taste different too, right? Surprisingly, most people can't tell them apart in a blind taste test. The flavor depends much more on the hen's diet and freshness than on the color of the shell. Many shoppers also judge eggs by the color of the yolk. A deep orange yolk often looks healthier, but that's not because of the shell. The yolk's color mainly reflects what the hen has been eating. Another mystery is the price. Brown eggs often cost more, leading many people to believe they're higher quality. In reality, the difference usually comes from the chicken breed, because some hens that lay brown eggs are larger and require more feed. By now, the mystery starts to disappear. White eggs aren't less natural, and brown eggs aren't automatically healthier. One of the biggest supermarket myths survived for decades simply because people trusted what they saw instead of what science discovered. Believe it or not, experienced farmers can often predict an egg's shell color before it's even laid. That's because the answer is hidden in the breed of the hen, not inside the egg itself. Long before the egg reaches your breakfast table, nature has already made the decision. Even after decades of research, the myth refuses to disappear. Marketing, packaging, and personal beliefs continue shaping how people choose their eggs. Sometimes, what we expect to be true feels more convincing than the facts themselves. If shell color isn't the answer, what should shoppers actually pay attention to? Freshness, proper storage, and how the hens are raised usually matter far more than whether the shell is white or brown. Those details have a much bigger impact on the final product. So after everything we've discovered, the biggest surprise is this: millions of people judged eggs by their shell, while the real story was always about the chicken behind it. The mystery wasn't hidden inside the egg, it was standing right in front of us the whole time. There's another surprise many people never notice. Chickens can naturally lay eggs in several shell colors, including white, brown, blue, green, and even olive shades. Although white and brown eggs are the most common in supermarkets, nature is capable of producing much more. Our brains love shortcuts. When we see a darker shell, we often assume it's healthier or more natural without checking the facts. It's a perfect example of how appearance can quietly influence everyday food choices. So why do eggs in America look so different? The answer isn't artificial coloring, hidden chemicals, or better nutrition. It's a combination of chicken breeds, farming history, and consumer habits that slowly shaped what millions of people see in stores today. From a simple white shell to a worldwide food mystery, one everyday ingredient revealed a story hidden in genetics, farming, and human perception. The next time you pick up a carton of eggs, you'll know there's much more behind that shell than meets the eye. Subscribe to Food Mystery Lab, where every week we uncover the hidden science, forgotten history, and surprising secrets behind the foods you eat every day. Because every bite has a secret.